Warning! This week's episode of Dirty Drew's Rock Revolution contains a large amount of religious dogma, sarcasm, cynicism, shouting, and anger, as well as potential overuse of the terms fuck and balls. Drew sincerely apologizes to all those who find this podcast offensive. This podcast is not for people who offend easily, are genuinely religious, or like sitting in front of their computer without being forced to watch someone try to find new ways to put the word fuck into a sentence. So please, if you have no sense of humor, or have no time for the ramblings of an angry and bitter man, then turn away now. What the fuck? Who thought it was a good idea to mix a Bible, a retard, and a fucking guitar? I certainly fucking didn't. Religious rock and God-fearing soloists have been ruining the good name of rock and roll for fucking years, and let me tell you why. Any cack-handed twat can pick up a guitar, make a basic song, then stick Jesus in every couple of lines, and that'd be fine if there weren't an equal amount of shit-brained idiots out there who think that just because it has Jesus in the title, there will be a wholesome and completely inoffensive song without, checking if it's shit. They're making their kids listen to shit. It's wholly offensive to their fucking ears. I mean, don't get me wrong, you get some good stuff with God rock, but seriously, when it's bad, it's really, really fucking bad. It's fucking rock bottom. I mean, I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Jewish, whatever. Bad music in the name of your Lord and Saviour is not fucking acceptable. There may be an argument that all these people are trying to do is get the message of God out there. Well, after listening to the song I'm going to play for you today, I felt that I need to get a bit closer to God by going out back and putting a fucking bullet in the back of my head, Old Yeller style. But enough of the generalisations, you get it. God rock is a mixed bag. At the top you get the cream, at the bottom you get the crud. Let's focus on the song I have for you today. I found it over at podsafeaudio.com, though I'll probably later be sued for mentioning them in the same sentence as a piece of rotting horseshit. It was tucked neatly away on the latter pages of the religious music section, the first page or so of which is actually quite good, if you don't mind being preached at. I clicked on the song of a Mr. Joshua Scotton, named ever so ironically, Want to Thank You. Oh yeah! I've never wanted to thank anyone so fucking much in my life, if by thank you mean beat around the head with a piece of copper piping for spawning this abomination into the world. This song actually sounds like the product of a government incentive where children with special needs are given guitars. I'll tell you what my idea of hell is. Demons stabbing my balls with sharpened chopsticks, whilst ravens with blunt beaks attempt to stab out my eyes. Oh yeah, and this song will be playing in the background. No, scratch that, a remix of this song and My Space Girl. Here's Want to Thank You by Joshua Scotton. Welcome to fucking hell.
Jesus Christ, Son of God, you came down from heaven, and here's shed your blood, saving all of those who will follow you from the power of sin and death. And I want to thank you for what you've done for me, dying on the cross, and the blood you shed for me. I ask your forgiveness in every single way. Help me keep my eyes on you and not waste my life away. Jesus Christ, you died for me. You gave up your own life so I might live. All I have cannot repay the debt that I owe. My life is yours alone. And I want to thank you for what you've done for me, dying on the cross and the blood you bled for me. I ask your forgiveness in every single way. Help me keep my eyes on you and not waste my life away. Christ, your will be done. From this day forward and forever to come, may I resemble you in every way. Be with me always. And I want to thank you for what you've done for me, dying on the cross and the blood you bled for me. I ask for forgiveness in every single way. Help me keep my eyes on you and not waste my life away.
Now you see why I begrudged listening to that song. I mean, you know how many times I've heard it? More than 10, let's just put it that way. And each time it gets worse. Some songs grow on you and you eventually end up loving them. This is the direct opposite. You don't hate it at first, for the first couple of seconds, but after that, the novelty wears off and it starts to grate on you like a plague-carrying badger gnawing at your nether regions. I'd rather fuck a blender than listen to this again. I'd rather club a baby seal to death with a brick. I've heard better vocals coming from dentist chairs. The shameless toadying to Jesus seems redundant considering the guy died nearly 2,000 years ago, and it's so over the top. If there was a video for this, then I'm sure he'd be spending it either on his knees or bent over a table, ready to receive the Lord. I mean, really, how does someone become such an insufferable suck-up to someone who got nailed to a fucking tree? If there's one thing we've learned from this experience, it is that if you are a strong believer in your faith, please, put on a suit. Go to church on Sundays, even stand in the street or go door to door trying to convince people to convert. But by no means should you ever look at a guitar and think to yourself, by golly gosh, wouldn't that be just swell if I wrote a song about Jesus? No, it fucking wouldn't. But just so you know that I'm not just having a dig at religious types, I have put a link to a decent Christian rock band next to this video. POD? Pfft, nah, they suck too. No, the band I'm talking about are of future Guitar Hero fame in that they're going to be in world tour. But I was introduced to them a while ago by a friend of mine who just loved their kind of dirty jazz rock style. I am, of course, talking about The Answer. Go check them out. As for the soul-sucking abomination that is Want to Thank You, it can rot with all the other Christian rockers who think Jesus is just an excuse to assault our eardrums. That's all for this week. This has been Dirty Drew's Rock Revolution, and as always, I have been your host, Dirty Drew Harris. Tune in next week for God knows what.